Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to welcome you to our Pure Abundance Retreat Collective membership informational call. And I always like to say that membership has its privileges. If you're around my age, you probably remember that American Express commercial, and that's always stuck with me. And it's sort of a way that I live my life. Memberships gives access and makes it very easy for you to take care of yourself in all sorts of ways. So I'm excited to share this invitation with you to unlock your potential and recharge in a haven of wellness, connection, and growth. If you don't know who I am Patrina Wisdom. I'm the Chief Abundance Activator and Visionary Leader of Pure Abundance, Inc. I'm an international best-selling author, TEDx speaker, podcast host, and creator of the Anatomy of Abundance framework, and founder of Pure Abundance Retreat. And at Pure Abundance Inc., we are committed to helping high-achieving women overcome generational patterns of struggle, scarcity, and fear, and to divorce hustle culture through a range of programming that includes mastermind experiences, retreats, high-end transformational retreats worldwide, and many, many other things. So with that said, I'd love to just share a little bit about the Pure Abundance Retreat. Our Pure Abundance Retreat was founded almost 7 years ago now, when I took a trip to Belize for the first time. And really, as much travel as I've done internationally, this was the first time that I felt like I had found my home. I had always had a vision to create retreat centers all around the world. And after that trip, I realized that that vision wasn't as far as away as I thought it was, that I could actually take steps now to start creating these experiences for women and creating this community for women to lean into while I'm on the journey of creating those retreat centers. So at Pure Abundance Retreat, we believe that every high-achieving woman deserves to experience a life of embodied abundance. And what that means is really living as the truth of who you are and caring for yourself as if you are the divine. Because when we fill our cups first, we have more to give to others. So our mission is to guide you from a state of overwhelm and burnout to one of clarity, vitality, and purpose. So many of you may be going through some sort of a transition. We're always expanding. We're always in some sort of a portal of complete rebirth. And so this community is designed to be that support to you in all situations. So breaking free from hustle culture. In a world that glorifies busyness and constant striving, we believe in reclaiming your time for what truly matters, nurturing ourselves and fostering meaningful connections. We understand the toll that hustle culture can take on your mental, emotional, and physical health, which is why we're committed to helping women break free from this cycle. Our retreats bring together curated lineup of committed experts specializing in all areas of life and business. And their specialties are invaluable because they offer insights and practical strategies to help you thrive personally and professionally. So I'm excited to share more with you about our Anatomy of Abundance framework, which is really the foundation from which we share every retreat, every one-day experience, every workshop is based in this framework. And so just to give you a little background, back in 2009, I was married. I had 3 children, the houses, the cars, everything looked beautiful and perfect from the outside looking in, but something very traumatic occurred that became the catalyst for who I am today. And what happened with that is that my husband, love of my life, best friend, my lover, everything to me, father to my children, woke up one morning, put on his suit and tie, grabbed his briefcase, and walked out the door knowing he wasn't coming home. This was really devastating to me because after 24 hours, my husband actually, I found out that he had taken his own life. And unbeknownst to me, he had been suffering from a little bit of depression. But I honestly feel like part of that depression was the fact that he got so caught up in hustle culture and proving and the whole success model that society tells us we need to come to. And then when he wasn't reaching those milestones of success that he wanted for himself, I believe that that's really what triggered his depression. Now, on my side of this scenario, I'm someone who never wanted to really get married or have kids. I've always been this free spirit, who wanted to travel the world and have experiences and be free. So for me, committing to a life of family and marriage and all of these things, and then having it snatched from under me overnight, it really shook my foundations. And I essentially had to rebirth myself and create a new way of being with my children. Because on the same day that my husband passed, I had 3 children, but I found out I was pregnant also with my 4th child. So I'm a single widowed mother with 4 children now, full-time entrepreneur. I inherited my husband's financial business and was left to hold the responsibilities of making sure that everything in my life, my children and everything else, moved forward in a way that felt abundant. And so the way that I did that is through the Anatomy of Abundance framework. As I worked through my journey, I documented and began teaching this framework to other women. So what I believe is that in order to live a life of pure abundance, you must feel aligned. So I could have gone out and gotten a job. I could have, done millions of different things to make sure that I was able to support my family and move forward. But I knew that at my core, that freedom is my core value, that service is my core value. And I absolutely loved being an entrepreneur. So I had to figure out a way to move forward in life that felt aligned. I also needed to become very unapologetic, because when you do something that's a little out of the ordinary, people don't really know how to respond, and you're going to potentially come up against some criticism and some pushback. So I became very unapologetic because, again, I knew that I would always need to remain free. With that said, I had to become very strong in my identity and get clear what's a yes and a no for me. So once I had that strong identity, I began to see and create a new vision for my life. And with that said, that took me to, how do I monetize this vision? How do I move forward in a way where I can serve my children, serve myself, serve my family, serve clientele, and make money? And so with that said, this is what I've created, is Pure Abundance Inc. and all of the things that I'm talking to you about today. So the system itself starts with the truth of who you are, absent of your responsibilities, your expectations, and who you've been told to be. Step 2 in the system is to identify. Identify the disempowering narratives, language, or people perhaps in your life that are keeping you from living as your highest and best self, your most aligned self. Step 3 is sacred self-care. And sacred self-care is treating yourself, mind, body, spirit, and finance in a way that embodies the divine. And so the Pure Abundance Retreat Collective hits on all of this, but that sacred self-care piece really is our focus, because it's the piece that women essentially and most often do not prioritize. Step 4 is to declare to yourself, to your partners, to your children, to the world, your coworkers, everything else, the truth of who you are, because essentially you've been lying to them and bringing your representative forth. The O is organized. Now that we know who we are, we have identified those disempowering narratives and such, and declared to the world the truth of who we are, we must organize our life, our time, with systems for supporting us in living as the truth of who we are. And then lastly, the last step is move into action with accountability and support. So what that means is, in step 2, we're identifying disempowering narratives, language, habits, potentially people that need to be rid from our lives. But now we need to figure out who are the people that we do want to align with, who are the communities and the friends and the mentors and the coaches that we want to have in our space in order to continue to expand and ascend. So that's where the move step comes in. And that's also where our Anatomy of Abundance Collective comes in. So at the collective, our retreats and membership community are designed specifically for high achieving women who are ready to break free from societal expectations and live life on their terms. We offer a unique blend of personalized coaching, immersive retreat experiences, and ongoing support to help you thrive both personally and professionally. So let's talk about some of the benefits of our membership. Immersive retreat experiences. We have day experiences, we have 4-day experiences, 7 to 10-day international experiences, anything that would fit your needs and your comfortability. Personalized coaching. So we have 3 tiers of membership, which you'll hear about in a moment. And with one of the tiers, you do get one-on-one coaching as a part of that membership package. Community support. You're going to connect with lighthearted women, like-hearted women, empowered women, visionaries, leaders, and other women with big dreams, big visions, just like yourself. We have ongoing support where you're going to gain access to workshops, webinars, courses. We have a chakra meditation bundle that you get with this collective as well as networking opportunities. So as part of our membership, we have an Activate Your Abundance luncheon that you gain access to. It's a bi-monthly luncheon that you'll hear a little bit about as well. Now, let's just talk quickly about the power of sacred self-care, because self-care really isn't just about pampering. It's not external at all. It's about honoring your innermost needs and nurturing your spirit. Sacred self-care is a practice that involves intentional pauses for reflection, rejuvenation, and inner growth. It's about reclaiming your power and creating space for what truly matters so that you can create from a space of abundance instead of creating from a space of lack or scarcity. The transformative power of solo travel. So with our membership and our international retreats, it's often that we have people who become a part of our community who have never traveled alone or who have never traveled out of the country for one reason or another. And we really love being the first experience that they have because it's safe, it's supportive, and we're able to expose them to experiences that they may not have otherwise had. So the quiet moments that allow you to reclaim yourself, find peace, and embrace serenity, this is what our travel experiences are all about. So we make it easy and safe to prioritize your personal growth and experience the magic of solo travel, the culture, the new connections, just the space to be, right? Without having to serve or be anything to anyone else. So let's talk a little bit about what's involved in the membership. I mentioned briefly the bi-monthly Activate Your Abundance luncheon. So this is a nourishing and inspiring experience. It's a one afternoon, well, kind of a half day, 11 to 2 p.m. Luncheon at Ruth Chris Steakhouse. We do this primarily in San Diego, but we also do it in other cities like Atlanta, New York City, and the Bay Area as well. And so here we have speakers, expert speakers, vendors. It's a beautiful experience to connect on a deeper level, unlike your normal networking luncheon where people are just passing cards superficially and trying to sell their shit, okay? So this is almost like a mini retreat in a lot of ways because we're all able to share not only what we do, but who we are and give an ask. Tell them what we need so that we can be supported properly. Also a part of your membership are one-day activation retreats. And personally, I love water. Take me to the beach, take me to a hot springs, take me anywhere with water, and I'm very, very happy. So sometimes, most times, we're going to be someplace where there is water. I also am very fond of mountain experiences, rooftop experiences, and anything luxurious. So these can range from spa days, hot spring excursions, masterminds, if we want to really focus on business, anything that's nourishing to our mind, body, soul, and finance. So occasionally we'll also have some sort of financial education or investment workshop. This is all involved in our 1-day abundance activation retreats based on what you need, essentially. And then, of course, we have our integrated sacred self-care experiences. So we're going to have sacred space luxury pampering, thrilling adventures like zip lining, hot air ballooning, um, what's it called? Cave tubing, things of that nature, adventure, all set in a tranquil environment so that we not only have our inner self-reflection, but we get indulgent treatments and exhilarating adventures to challenge our edges and ignite new passions. So these are our main retreats. Right now, we have our domestic retreat. The only one that we do currently is a 4-day retreat in Southern California, wine country. This is our Temecula retreats. We've been doing this one for about 3 years now, and it's always such a hit just because of the beautiful location, the women that are involved, and the space that you're able to take for yourself. We also have our testimonials here from a couple of our attendees from last year. The first one is Alicia Petero. Patrina, your guidance and vision made this retreat truly magical. Thank you for creating such a transformative and empowering experience. This retreat was the perfect blend of relaxation and personal growth. Can't wait for the next one. For anyone seeking deeper commitment to self-care and holistic wellness, the Pure Abundance Retreat membership is truly a game changer. Join Patrina and her team for ongoing access to exclusive retreats, personalized coaching, and a supportive community dedicated to your well-being. The second one is Alicia Jackson. She's actually an entrepreneur and author as well. Actually, Alicia, I'll go back. Alicia is an entrepreneur. She migrated here from Mexico, and she owns a cleaning company. Alicia, she also focuses a lot on abundance. She has a wellness business and is also an author. She attended our retreat last year, and she said, still basking in the glow. Thank you, Patrina Wisdom, for curating a wonderful weekend of sisterhood. It was just what I wanted and needed: relaxing, restful, rejuvenating, and restorative. Making time for self-care is a priority. And Alicia, excuse me, she actually was really, really nervous about going up in the hot air balloon. And it was like the most impactful part of her weekend. So conquering those fears, moving from scarcity to abundance, that's what these retreats are all about. So let's talk about our flagship Pure Abundance retreat. It's a 6-day retreat in Belize. I told you a little bit about how this whole thing came about. This is that retreat. So in Belize, we have lush, incredible rainforest backdrops. We do some cave tubing, zip lining, yoga, workshops, and we also get to visit the Mayan ruins, which is always an incredible cultural experience. So here at this retreat, you're able to not only indulge in sacred self-care, but you can let your inner child come out to play, as well as getting deep, profound healing and unblocking the abundance that you deserve. These two testimonials are from a couple of ladies that attended our Belize retreat a couple of years ago. Stacy McKay, she's a real estate agent. When she came to our retreat, she was really struggling with taking time for herself, but also with being able to be consistent with her business and other tasks. So Stacy said, I chose Pure Abundance Retreat because it promised a supportive network of like-minded women. Before the retreat, I was struggling to find joy and purpose in my daily life. Now I've learned to reframe my thoughts, turn fear into courage, and embrace self-love. This retreat helped me discover the courage to be myself and live life on my terms. Stacy McKay also is one of my authors in my Anatomy of Abundance book that we released in January of 2024. Chantel Lamourelle, she said, I chose Pure Abundance Retreat because of Patrina's incredible energy. Before the retreat, I hadn't taken time for myself in over a decade. I struggled with prioritizing self-care. Now I feel at peace, worthy, and rejuvenated. The retreat provided me with a rare opportunity to connect with phenomenal women, reflect, and have fun. It was a transformative experience. The next thing I want to talk about is one of our mastermind retreats. Again, we want to help you expand and increase abundance in all areas of your life. So this is a 4-day retreat in Valle de Guadalupe, Mexico. And sometime the location will change, but this has been our kind of our favorite location so far. And at this retreat, you not only get an experience of sacred self-care and adventure and play, but we also have that beautiful round table where we're feeding off of each other, sharing about our businesses, cultivating collaborations, and offering the support that each of us need in our businesses. Now, this is entrepreneurs, but it's also corporate leaders and professionals as well that attend this particular mastermind retreat. And then we have here a couple more testimonials, one from Magali Lamourelle, who is Chantal's sister. They came to the retreat together. I needed a break from my hectic work-life balance, and Pure Abundance Retreat was the perfect solution. Before the retreat, I was constantly running on empty. Now I feel renewed and ready to take on the world. The retreat offered a supportive community, a space to be myself, and much needed quiet and stillness for reflection. So Magali is also a transformational workshop facilitator. Her sister Chantal, who we talked about a little bit earlier, is a professor. And both of them, Chantal has the 2 children. Magali has, I believe, 5 or maybe even 6 now because she just had another baby. So talk about super women, professionals in their life, conquering family. It is sometimes a struggle for us with that work-life balance. And I'm just excited that we were able to share that experience with them. The next one is Emily Blake. Emily is a grant writer. She has a grant writing business. She and I connected in a business community similar to our collective. I chose Pure Abundance Retreat for both adventure and personal development, aiming to overcome my limiting beliefs and blocks while having fun. Initially, I thought I needed to focus on business growth, but I left with an awareness that my true desire is to create a joyous, loving family and find life partners to co-create that family with. I am deeply grateful for the community, Patrina and the facilitators for their incredible work. The retreat offered me invaluable connection, opportunity, and transformation. So lifelong friendships were made through this, clients were had through these experiences, and more important for Emily specifically, she was so focused on her business and business growth that she had sort of thrown to the wayside or forgotten her true heart's desires in regard to family. Now, lastly, as part of your retreat, you have access to our premium Pure Abundance retreats, which are 10-day luxury retreats in places like Egypt, Seychelles, Zanzibar, things of that nature. And these are super high-end experiences for the woman that really wants to take things to another level and fully embody and embrace luxury. So there's plenty of free space, beautiful sites, and the connection at these retreats is even more because it's smaller groups that we take on these excursions. Okay, so I think this is our last couple of testimonials. Tatiana Berger, she is an attorney who also is a multi-time cancer survivor as well. She said, I chose Pure Abundance Retreat because I needed something to enhance my personal growth journey. After meeting Patrina, I knew this retreat was essential for my growth, for the growth I sought. Before the retreat, I struggled as a two-time breast cancer survivor dealing with past traumas, amid pandemic, cancer reoccurrence, and a divorce. I took on too much and needed a way to unpack, breathe, and understand what had happened. Now I am much more confident and trust myself. I won't let negative habits or vibrations affect me. The retreat provided me with the immense support, love, and challenges, all crucial for my transformation. And I'm happy to report that Tatiana is doing so much better. She's doing great, and that her divorce is almost final. Goddess Nar is our next testimonial, and Goddess Nar is out of Atlanta. She is a doula, actually. I met her because she delivered my daughter's baby, my grandbaby. And she came, she's also a model. So she said, I have been journaling about abundance for a long time, and Pure Abundance Retreat was exactly what I needed. Before the retreat, I struggled with managing time and procrastination. Now I am intentional and present, ready to create the abundance I desire. The retreat gave me a community, trust, and the patience to stay the course. Whew, I love listening to these. So just so you know, we're always adding retreat locations, and a couple of our new retreat locations for 2025 is Thailand. We're in the process of planning Thailand right now, as well as we're looking into Tahiti. So if those are destinations that intrigue you, I definitely would encourage you to have a conversation and or jump in on our memberships. All right, so let's talk about these 3 membership tiers. Tier 1 is our Awakening membership. That includes access to the bi-monthly Activate Your Abundance luncheons that we spoke about, access to quarterly one-day abundance activation retreats domestically, and access to our virtual Pure Abundance retreat, which happens annually, as well as the replays for those retreats. You'll also get monthly group integration calls, access to a chakra meditation bundle that you can include in your daily rituals, luxury swag gifts, high-level community and peer support, access to virtual retreats and meditation bundle, which we talked about, and then exclusive 25% off all discounts, or excuse me, 25% off discount for all future workshops, programs, collaborative book projects, and retreat upgrades, such as our premier retreats. So the first tier, the Awakening membership, is an investment of $333 per month. And that gives you access to all of those things on an RSVP basis. All right. Tier 2, the Alchemy membership, has everything that's included in the Awakening membership, but you also get 1 domestic retreat per year. And so that domestic retreat right now is in Temecula, but we're also looking into a location in another area, which is in Central California. So that may move around a bit. Typically, it's going to be in the Southern California area. And so the investment for Tier 2, the Alchemy membership, is $666 per month to access to all of that. And then the last level, the last tier of our membership, is our Ascension membership. So the Ascension membership is for the woman who just wants to go all in. They're committed to their personal growth. They're committed to their financial growth. They're committed to seeing the world, taking that time for themselves, and connecting with the highest levels of women. So the Ascension membership includes everything that you get in the other 2 tiers, but you also have access to 1 international retreat per year. So in this one, you get the domestic retreat and you get the international retreat access as well. You're gonna also be able to take advantage of 2 one-on-one coaching sessions with myself or one of my facilitators. And this is just the premier access. So with that said, you also get access to the premier retreats and the longer retreats. So this one is 1,333 per month, and that's kind of our all-in membership tier. So I really hope that this answers all of the questions that you have about this collective, about the membership options that you have. As you see here, we have a very diverse community, different cultures, different ages, different backgrounds, different economic status. We're all at different levels of our journey, but what we share at our core is that we yearn to live in full alignment with the truth of who we are, and we want support in achieving all of our dreams. And in order to do that, we must put ourselves first. We must fill our cups. So we hope that this retreat collective will make it easy for you to prioritize your self-care and schedule your self-care, because anything that's scheduled gets done. All right. So if you're interested in joining our Pure Abundance Retreat Collective, you're going to visit go.patrenawisdom.com/PAR membership. All right. And so we'll have the link down below under the tiers for the specific tier that you're looking at becoming involved in. And with that said, if you have any additional questions that we did not answer on this informational call, you can also email me directly, Patrina@patrinawisdom.com, or visit pureabundanceretreat.com for all of the information specifically on a la carte retreats if this collective is not for you. All right, share this with your friends. And hopefully we will see each other real soon. Namaste.